Hi, my name is Tanya and welcome to my small backyard vegetable garden here in central Victoria. It seems that each week we are repeating a weather pattern of a high temperature day and then down into a cold, wet, rainy few days and then back up. It has managed to send a lot of things to seed in the garden, but luckily it has not affected things germinating. Here under my back veranda, I sowed all these things about 12 days ago. I have pumpkins up, one lot of rockmelons. So I'm waiting on the watermelon and one of the rockmelons, which is the Minnesota midget. All these marigolds, the cream marigolds from last summer, are getting away in these little paper pots. Lots of the tomatoes are growing and I am going to make a big effort to get a lot of these tomatoes planted out into my garden this week. I have the nasturtiums, of which I have 3 different varieties. I put them all in a little dish of water to soak before planting and mix them up. So that's going to be a nice surprise. I bought 3 different varieties of eggplants, seeing none of mine made it through the winter, and I can't be without the tromboncino. I picked up a couple of the pots of these Jack Be Little. They were marked down to $2. I was not going to grow them again this summer, but I couldn't resist $2. I'm just going to pop them in as some space fillers. I still have some left over from last summer. They just look gorgeous sitting around. I was about to mow my lawn and these lemon balm plants were coming up in it, so I thought I'd take a few out and pot them up to give away. The lettuce seed that I put in less than a week ago have already germinated. I'm wondering if it's not the variety because it germinated so much faster than this red cos. The bedding dahlias are coming up to flower and they hanging over my copper pot, giving the snails a highway to my lettuce. So a few adjustments are needed. The strawberry sumo has fruit on it, but I am going to shift it. I'm not leaving it any longer. I have been putting off this job for probably a month and it can't wait any longer. So I'm doing it now. We've got a couple of cool days so it can recover. The fruit is there and I don't want to wait until it ends up with more fruit on it. So I'm going to get it switched across into this larger pot. I've got a bag of new potting mix, a little bit of mushroom compost, and I had a pot up the back that was sitting on the soil and lots of worms have come up through into that pot. It did have a blueberry bush in it and I transplanted it out into a terracotta pot, so I'm using that soil and it has heaps and heaps of worms in it, so I'm happy to be putting that to good use and getting this strawberry shifted over. I'm trying to not disturb it too much and get it out in a big clump and get it into this pot, planting it to the same height so that it has a good amount of soil below it and it stays nice and cool for the summer. I'm not sure where it's going to end up. It may just stay here. It will depend on everything else around it. The pot that it was in had so many worms and I didn't even realize when I was doing it. I didn't take any notice to the worms that were jumping around here in this terracotta pot until they're coming out everywhere. So I'm going to put them into this pot and cover them up and hopefully they will get comfortable again. Just making sure there's plenty of soil there so it doesn't drop too much, and I'm putting the wool back around. I'm waiting on my new lot of pea straw to be delivered, so when it is delivered I will be getting some straw around here for the same reason that I top dressed over the wool in the big strawberry pot, and that is the wool gets stuck to the strawberries. The worms do love the wool and then the straw on top, or vice versa. They come right up into all of that mulch. I'm just going to give it a drink and settle it in with some sea salt. And get a cover over it because the currawongs have taken a liking to strawberries. We have so many raspberries forming. We are going to have a lot of fruit this year, which is not a bad thing. And the kale plant is seeding. And Hunter is keen for some more broad beans, so I better get on with that.